Good morning, YouTube. It's a little after 7 a.m. and Rain, that's my catty cat, Rain. Isn't she pretty? She woke me up saying, Mama, pet me, pet me, pet me, pet me. So when she does that, I have to get up and pet her because, of course, she's very precious. So we just got done brushing her out. She loves the brush. She's the only cat I've ever had that actually lets me bathe her and brush her and everything. If you watched my vlog yesterday, you would understand that when we got Rain, we got her from a feline rescue, and she was one of the black kitties that probably wouldn't have found a good home. But after finding out that black cats are usually unadoptable, we decided that we were going to rescue one. She's purring. Well, you can't hear her. She has a genetical problem with her vocal cords here, and you probably hear her sneezing and stuff. She has really, really bad allergies, and the vet doesn't want me to put her on the medication because it might hurt her worse than the allergies. So it's just a nuisance. That's all. We just, keep her face clean and stuff like that, and she gets a lot of attention. So she is a special kitty. I'm gonna see Rain. Look, that's her little teddy bear back there. That's who she is. See? Oh, see? That's it. I just got his eyes not a cold. See, she needs her little face wiped again. And what I do when she does that, I have back on my thing, I have baby wipes. It's non-allergenic, and she lets me do it. Watch. Yeah, see? Not a problem, little girl. And she'll shake a little bit, and then she'll get right back in. She's over there now, sharpening her claws, which is something I'd like to talk about today. If you have cats, cats need their claws. It's very important. We've never declawed our animals. We find it very inhumane because they literally cut off the tips of... I mean, can you imagine as a human being if we were declawed, they would take and cut that off, that knuckle off. Well, that's what they do with the cats and stuff, and we just, we just don't agree with that. If we have to teach... when we had to teach places not to scratch and things like that, we put catnip where we wanted them to scratch, on the scratching posts and things like that, and they went to it automatically. We never had any problems with furniture or walls or mattresses or pillows or anything like that. And it was a great suggestion. I don't remember who told us to rub the catnip all over the items that we wanted them to scratch on and everything else and rub up against, but it really does work. So if you have a kitty that scratches things, or you're thinking about getting a kitty and you're worried about them scratching things, just on their scratching post and little things like that, just put the catnip. It'll help very much. Another thing is when they're kittens and they don't know how to retract their claws very well, there are these little humane caps that you can cap your cat's claws. I don't recommend them for a long period of time because it makes the the nail really, really soft, and they can get a fungus, and that's not pretty. It's a big vet bill and everything else, and it causes damage to your cat. I mean, no one wants that. It's like you have an athlete's foot. Poor kitties, and they have it on all of their toes. So I recommend it for like a temporary thing if you need to. The one thing that our vet does that I've never seen or heard of anybody else doing it is trimming their nails. Hi, Rain. Here's Miss Rain. She was named after my favorite song and artist, Purple Rain, from Prince. If she was actually a boy, I think I would have named her Prince. But she was a girl. We didn't know what we were going to get when we got her. When her social worker came, like I said, we got her from a feline rescue. But when her social worker came the first time to check us out, and I love that, by the way, make sure that, the pets are being taken into serious homes that are able to take care of them, can provide whatever they need and love. So she came and we had a little conversation. She asked me what I was looking for, and I told her, I said, well, we've rescued so many dogs over the years and rehomed. I would like to, if I can, rescue a black kitty. And it was amazing. She says, we have one that is not thriving very well. And she needs a lot of love and attention. Would you like me to bring her and see how she interacts with you and the kids? And I said, sure. Because most of the kitties that are coming from hoarders and underneath buildings and things like that, they do have health issues. Now, Rain came from a situation of hoarding. The lady had over 200 cats, and all of them were not doing well at all, and a lot of them had to be put down, unfortunately. Thank God she wasn't, even though hi, Rain, look how pretty she is. She is such a pretty cat. How can somebody say black cats aren't gorgeous? Yeah, I know. But, I'm fortunate to have her. Now, it's sad when people hoard animals. I know their intention starts out to be good, but it's really, really not, because it overwhelms, our systems. The SPCA, the Humane Society, different organizations that have rescue groups and everything else. Well, when her counselor came out, and I will just do that because I don't want to put it out there unless they say it's okay, and then I'll put this description down below. But it's Hands Helping Paws is the organization in which we got her. And you go through, you have to fill out an application, you have to be approved, which I love that, by the way. I think everyone should do it. Anyone thinking about getting an animal, or a pet, a new family member, I honestly think they need to go through these steps. And it can take upwards to 6 weeks, just depending on what you get. If you get an older cat, of course it can take up to 6 weeks with them to make sure that everything's okay. But with Rain, I signed it. She was not altered because of her health when we did the adoption, and I said that's fine. We'll get her fixed as soon as the vet says she can be fixed. And I had to give all my vet information over, which I don't have a problem with. Everybody should. give all of their vet information over to the organization, and I had made the arrangements for her to get fixed after having her on antibiotic. Found out she had ear infections. Got that cleared up. Isn't she beautiful? She's so loving. Got her shots and her microchip done at the same time. I didn't want her to suffer having to keep going back for the things. When they're in the or when the organization gets them, what they do is they get first shots. That's all they're permitted to do, because the cost, I reckon. That's the only thing I can think of. But they got the first shots, and in the cats, there's 4 series of shots. A lot of people say, well, no, you can get away with 3. I'm like, no, they need feline leukemia and that stuff. You need to give them everything that the vet says that they need for their health, because I love you too. Because isn't it about their well-being and their health? So when we took her back, the vet was talking about, we can put her on allergy medication, but I prefer not to, because of the damage it can cause her liver, her inside organs. It can cause her to have seizures. And she says it's just not, it's a little bit inconvenience for her to be a snotty kitty, but they'd rather her be a snotty kitty than go through renal failure, go through seizures. And I agree. That would be horrible. It would really, really be horrible. Hey, Rain. So we opted not to do that. We just opted to, get the hypoallergenic wipes. We take care of her. We make sure that her eyes and her nose are always clean. Her ears are always clean. I always check them every day, because even with cats that have allergies, they can get really bad ear infections. And she already has them. She's already mute. I don't need her going deaf too. I mean, I think that would be horrible for her. So, getting back how she became mute, she was actually born mute. She has a deformity that she was born with, and she will never meow, or I can feel her purring, but you can't hear her. If she's hurt, she got hung up on a shelf about a month ago, and I just happened by and saw her, and we didn't hear her. I was like, okay, Poppy, you need to take that shelf down. I don't want that there any longer, because I'm scared that she's going to break a ball. We're not going to hear her. We won't hear her. We won't know. He took it down. I got a great husband. He really did care about her. Now, she is not the only cat that we have. This is my personal baby. She is mine. We have another rescue cat that someone was going to throw in Orange Grove, and my daughter brought home to me 7 years ago. I named her Susie Bear after my teddy bear that I had all my life. She's just a wonderful cat. For the first 2 years of her life, she loved me. She adored me. Then she became my husband's cat, and she is amazing. Now, each of my grandchildren, they have a cat each, and my daughter has a cat. A lot of the reasons why we got those kitties is because our neighbors next door, when they were our ex-neighbors that moved out, left them. And when we called up, all the organizations were full. And we could not see them go into Humane Society or SPCA, because there was an automatic put to sleep because there was just way too many. So that's why we need, as responsible pet owners, to alter our animals. We do not need this. There's senseless deaths, and it can be prevented by just having your animal altered. So, and there's low cost spay and neutering. Do you know that if you're on Social Security or Medicaid or Medicare, I think, you can get it done for $20. There's no excuse whatsoever not to get it done. There are also the SNP programs. SNP is around the country. They offer free spay and neutering for cats and dogs for anyone over the age of 50. So take advantage. Call around, call your SPCA, call the Humane Society. They will give you all the information you need in your area to get your animal, your babies. Look at this baby. Your nose needs to be wiped again. Healthy, and a spayed and neutered animal is a healthy animal. You want them to live longer, right? I do. I really do. It's already been proven that if you spay and neuter your pet, they live up to 5 times as long, not 5 times, but 5 years longer than one that hasn't. They don't have all the health issues that the other ones would have. So, in closing, we are all animals. We're humans. Be nice to one another.